Hi, it's December 13th, and this is an unusual episode of Under the Visor podcast. We're going to be talking about the proposed tax bill that the Senate is trying to get through before Christmas, that Donald Trump is promising you as a great Christmas present. This is absolutely a ridiculous tax bill. This tax bill is built directly for the rich. So I'm going to play for you just a little bit of a song called Billionaire by Bruno Mars and Travie McCoy, just to set the tone for what this tax bill is really like.
I wanna be a billionaire so fucking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen.
Or Time magazine.
Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shiny lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, I would have a show like Oprah. I would be the host of Everyday Christmas. Give Travie a wish list. I'd probably pull a Angelina and Brad Pitt and adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had shit. Give away.
Okay, so that's just a little snippet of a tune about Billionaire, and that's kind of where this tax bill is headed. It's definitely a cut for people making more than $470,000 a year. And President Trump and the Senate people keep talking about, well, you're going to get a $4,000 tax cut based on the fact that you make $75,000 a year and you're married and you have a family of four. Well, that's all well and good. If you're married, make $75,000 a year, and have a family of four, then you get to deduct yourself and three more exemptions, which lowers your taxable income, which obviously lowers your tax bill, and yeah, you're going to pay less taxes. But what about the rate? Well, they haven't released them yet. And they're trying to pass this before Christmas, and we don't know the rates. We don't know the rate charts. We don't know the rate schedules. Donald Trump is talking about, it has been since the campaign, that you can file your return on a postcard. Okay, let's say that they get that done. Let's say that they double the standard deduction and you don't itemize anymore, and you can complete your own tax return on a piece of paper or a card and mail it in. Well, what they're failing to talk about is what happens if you want to e-file. You know, people e-file, which means they use a tax service or use one of the free tax email services to send their tax return in directly to the federal government and their state tax return, or if they have multiple state tax returns, for a couple of reasons. One, they get an immediate acknowledgement when the Internal Revenue Service or the State Department of Revenue that they're dealing with receives the tax return. They know they have it, not waiting for it in the mail. They also get an immediate notice that they have accepted the return. And once they've accepted the return, the e-filers get, if there's a refund, get faster, much faster refunds than people that mail it in. So, again, here's Donald Trump and his cronies saying you can fill out your tax return on a postcard. Well, yeah, maybe they'll get there. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't really think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But it doesn't make any sense. Not when you can e-file. Now, I made a post on Facebook about VA disability and Social Security. Last night, and this is the critical facts that you all need to know about and watch for, because they slipped this into the bill last night, and I'm having a difficult time getting a full copy of the bill right now because they're trying to get a vote as soon as possible. But I'm having trouble getting a copy of the bill to actually confirm whether this is in there or not. But as of last night, they said that Trump and Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, had talked to Mitch McConnell, Senate Majority Leader, and the people writing the tax bill, and they decided that they wanted in the bill VA benefits to be 100% taxable. Now, currently, if you're a 100% disabled veteran and you receive money from the government every month, that is non-taxable. You do not get a 1099 from the federal government for disability payments from the VA. It is non-taxable. You never have to report it, and there is no 1099. So you don't have to report it and then deduct it. Social Security disability, for the most part, is tax exempt. Now, there are some exceptions. If you actually work while you have Social Security disability, it depends on how much money you make while you're working, while you're drawing disability, as to how much could possibly be taxable of your Social Security benefit. However, if all you have while you're on Social Security disability is passive income, like investment income, interest income, a Roth IRA, whatever you have that is your passive income, you only have to pay tax on the passive income, not on the Social Security disability. But yet they put it in that they want Social Security disability to be taxable. Now, when you turn 66 and you are on Social Security disability on your birth date, the Social Security Department administration immediately converts you from Social Security disability to regular Social Security. You get paid the same amount as if you were on disability, but at age 66, your disability ends, and you draw regular Social Security. Now, what that means is that under the current tax law, depending on how much you get, you may be subject to income tax, but not if it's passive income, not if you don't work. Now, for VA benefits at 100% and Social Security benefits at 100%, basically, you cannot work and draw those benefits. You have to be unemployable, and you have to have a debilitating problem physically or mentally that keeps you from working in order to draw those benefits. So somebody explained to me why those should be taxable. Why did they slip that in? I mentioned it in the Facebook post today. I said I would do a short podcast about it tonight, and this is it. So what I'm asking you to do is talk to your senators, call the staff, either party. If you have, like in Missouri, we have Claire McCaskill and we have Roy Blunt, one Democrat, one Republican. Call them both. Ask them what's in that tax bill. Ask their staff. Is it in there? Are they trying to tax veterans? Are they trying to tax Social Security recipients? Do you know what's going to happen if they actually tax Social Security recipients that are over the age of 66? And, well, really, it doesn't matter their age. If you're on disability and they want to tax it, that's a tax increase. That's not tax reform. That's ridiculous. And what do you think the senior citizens are going to do when they have an increase in tax? You're taking food out of their mouths. If they have to pay 14% tax or 15 or 9, I don't care what the number is, that's money they didn't have to spend before, and they're barely getting by as it is. So it's totally unfair to tax that. So take a look, stay on it, call your congressmen, call your senators, talk to their staffs, and ask them if these are in the tax bill, and if they are, you won't put up with it. Because I guarantee you, if they pass this law, you know, the Vietnam protests were huge in the 60s, but they've seen nothing in Washington compared to what will happen if they tax senior citizens' Social Security. Now, one more thing that they slipped in there is the as of date on Social Security disability. Let's say that you file for Social Security disability and you're approved, but your as of date was 3 years ago. So let's say Social Security then owes you, as an example, Social Security owes you $50,000 in back pay. Well, the way it works now is that they either send you a check or it goes to a debit card automatically before your first Social Security payment, but you do get that back money. Last night, they slipped in, again, with Trump, Mnuchin, and Mitch McConnell, that any back payments on new Social Security disability claims where money is given to you as a recipient for approved Social Security disability, that they will impose a 9% tax that will be deducted from the amount that you get from Social Security for your as of or your back payments before you receive your first payment. Now, this is brand new. It's a silly tax. It's just lining the coffers, and I think they're doing this to help try to offset some of the $1.445 trillion that this ridiculous tax reform is going to cost us as taxpayers, while the corporations get a tax cut from 35% to 21%. While the estate tax is repealed, and while the alternative minimum tax is repealed, which just simply gives the rich that much more of a tax break. And make sure you look at the rate charts when this thing is done and look and see. I think that in the middle class, people from $25,000 to $75,000, I think you're going to see a majority of those people receive a slight tax increase depending on the number of dependents. They haven't looked at that, and this Tax Reform Act is not about helping middle-income America and low-income America with a reduced tax bill, no matter how many people Trump trots in front of the cameras and says, look at this great story on what it's doing to this couple, like I watched today. So, this is the end of the podcast. Take a look at that tax bill, inform yourself, and get a hold of your senators, because this simply isn't right. We'll finish up with a little more Billionaire from Bruno Mars and Travis McCoy.
Angelina and Brad Pitt, and adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had shit. Give away a few Mercedes like, here lady, have this. And last but not least, grant somebody their last wish. It's been a couple months that I've been single, so you can call me Travis Claus minus the ho-ho. Get it? I probably visit where Katrina hit, and damn sure do a lot more than FEMA did. Yeah, can't forget about me, stupid. Everywhere I go, I'ma have my own theme music.
Every time I close my eyes,
What you see, bro?
I see my name in shining lights.
Time magazine.
Yo, what up?
A different city every night. I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
You all take care. Look at that tax bill and make the calls. It's the best information I have currently. Have a good evening. Take care, and until we meet again.